It is day 8 of the government shutdown, with both sides dug in and little progress when it comes to negotiations, as the gridlock in Washington is now affecting the skies. We figured this was coming. Sick calls up in air traffic control towers, and the FAA says today ground stops are possible at multiple major airports now. This morning, Governor Wes Moore, along with other leaders, met at BWI, showing their support for those who are still showing up to work each day. And that is where we find Casey Baylor live on your corner tonight. And Casey, the governor says hundreds of Marylanders taking advantage of these resources. What can you tell us about that and what it's been like out there today?
Rick, when we're talking about any impacts here at BWI Marshall Airport, Maryland Democrats say they're not seeing any significant impacts. But as you mentioned, Governor Wes Moore says roughly 830 federal workers from Maryland have already filed for unemployment insurance, but they expect that number to increase as long as this government shutdown continues. But Governor Wes Moore says he wanted to thank all of the employees, specifically here at BWI, who continue to work despite getting paid.
These workers are the backbone of our country. They should not be politicized.
They just want to do what's right. They want to fulfill their obligation.
Essential federal workers are keeping operations going across the country days into the government shutdown.
8 days since the federal administration told all 50 states that you are now on your own.
Governor Wes Moore made his position clear Wednesday morning.
We will never blink when it comes to defending Marylanders.
Laying out state resources for impacted workers, like a program offering low-interest loans to federal workers.
And we've worked with our credit unions and banks to offer financial assistance and payment flexibility for Marylanders who have been affected by this shutdown.
Meanwhile, the fight to reopen the government continues in Washington. Maryland leaders say they are calling for a bipartisan budget deal
that supports our federal employees without gutting health care for 20 million Americans.
Congressman Andy Harris responded to Wednesday's press conference, calling on Maryland's Democrat delegation to, quote, stop pretending to stand with federal workers. In a statement, he wrote, Maryland delegation members voted to shut the government down, and they could end it today if they truly cared about Maryland families.
Senate Republicans have now voted against the proposal that Senator Alsobrooks and I voted for to open the government without giving Donald Trump a complete blank check for his lawless activities.
And just looking at BWI Marshall Airport alone, Maryland Democrats say more than 600 federal workers are on the job here without pay. Governor Moore is calling on elected officials to reopen the government. They say if Congress does not act, then nearly 200,000 Marylanders could see a 68% increase in their health care premiums by January 1st. Reporting live on your corner from BWI Marshall Airport, I'm Casey Baylor for WJZ.
All right, thank you, Casey.